Hello, beautiful. It's Joe again. And today we are talking about alternate day fasting week 27. And there have been a few things this week. First off, a warning, if you are currently fasting today, you might want to wait till tomorrow to watch this because we're going to talk about paleo brownies in a minute. So just, you know, think about that. And I'm going to show you stuff. I'm going to try to show you stuff. I have not baked them yet. I'm going to bake them in a minute. And then I'm going to come back and finish this. But so far this week, it's been a good week. I did have an extra food day again this week. I ate something one day and I do not know what it was, but it set my tummy off. I had terrible indigestion, burpy, gassy mess. And the next day, it still wasn't getting better. And finally, I had to break down and take some antacids and some pepto. And that being said, I didn't feel great about taking that kind of stuff on a completely empty stomach, especially because, as sweet as they are, they had already broken my fast. So if they're going to ruin my autophagy and everything else, and I'm putting any kind of true meds on my stomach, I felt like it was a good idea to just go ahead and treat that like a food day. It did settle my stomach down once the meds got into my system good and everything was fine, but that did mean an extra food day. I had considered whether that meant I should do one of my 62 to 65 hour fasts to make up the difference, but my body definitely seems to prefer straight ADF over the extended fasts. Maybe it's because I had started doing them too often. I can't say that for sure. But in the end, it just felt like a better decision to just go ahead and get back right into my pattern. One extra day of food is not the end of the world. I've been weighing here and there, and while I haven't lost a lot more, I am in the 165 and change range, which puts me at basically 50 pounds lost. And it didn't set me back at all, so it's fine. I am actually getting ready to retire a couple of more pair of pants. They're basically tightly belted to be able to make them wearable. If I'm not wearing the belt, I could literally just pop them off. But they're stretchy enough that they're not too saggy looking. I'm wearing a pair right now that I bought new right before I started this, and so they're still 18s, but they were like a super stretchy, really tight 18, so I kind of thought maybe I can still wear these, but not without the belt. I was walking Gizmo, and every time I tried to put my hands in my pocket or anything, I almost pulled them off. So I had to come home and tuck in my shirt and put the belt on, and I'm still going to wear them today, and I might wear them a couple of more times just to get that last little bit of use out of them before they go into the retirement bag. It's definitely a good feeling, although it's still such a thing where I know I'm smaller. But I still feel so big. 165 is the smallest I have been in my adult life. I mean, since junior high, probably. We're talking at least low high school, junior maybe. I don't remember what I weighed exactly then, but I was already getting big back then. I remember in junior high at some point, probably around 6th or 7th grade, being in a junior's size 11 jean that was skin flippin' tight. And that was like the smallest jean I had ever been in or am likely to ever be in. First off, junior's cut isn't my thing. I'm built curvy and I need a woman's cut. I am built through the hip, thigh, and tummy. But it's so disconcerting how big I still feel to myself when I know I'm at my smallest. And in some ways, I absolutely see it. But from under bust down, I still feel large. And it's going to take time, and it's going to take toning, and it's going to take mental stability, I guess. I don't know what to call it. I mean, body image is definitely a thing. I am not big like I was. My tummy does not stick out further than my boobs anymore, because that was getting to be a problem and it was freaking me out because my boobs aren't little. Uh, but it's still disconcerting how big my tummy feels to me, even though I know it's so much smaller than it was. We'll get there. We're going to get there. One day I will also get that physical so we can find out what my numbers and things are saying and what my doctor says about how my health in general looks. Because I would expect that to look better, but on the other hand, I eat a lot more fatty foods now. They're healthier fats, but that can affect your cholesterol and things like that. And I want to know how those numbers look one day soon. If things will ever calm down enough that the doctor will take you for just a physical and not because you're sick. I haven't been working out as much this week. I'm in a little bit of a staycation, and by that I mean I've been staying home completely. I was working a lot of hours. I had somebody at one of my jobs on vacation, and I was picking up all the slack, and I was happy to do it. And it was one of the less demanding jobs anyway, but I still had to be up, ready, available. Getting my walks in the morning before I had to be available for work was challenging, but I mean, it was fine. But it was for like over a little bit over a month or so that I was working basically 6 days a week, even though it wasn't hard work sometimes. But she's back to work, and between a weekend off at one job and her being back and picking up the slack in a different pattern than usual for a minute there, it landed me with 6 days off in a row. And I just decided I needed that little break. It got a little bit harder lately to wake up and get up. I've been waking up fine. Getting out of bed and going and getting dressed and going walking has been harder. One morning I tried to do it, but it was the morning that my tummy was unhappy, and it was like 3/4 of a mile, and I'm like, this isn't working, and I don't want to get 2 miles out of town and my stomach get bad. So I'm going to turn back around and go home. And that was literally the last time I worked out. So I've just been couch surfing a little bit. I've been watching more TV. I have been just resting a little bit. I definitely was due. Every once in a while, you just have to give yourself a little bit of a break, but I just can't let it get it ahead of me, and I can't let it get me out of the habit. But we're going to get back. I meant to do it this morning, just like I meant to do it the other day, and meant to do it the other day, and meant to do it the other day. I wake up when I'm supposed to. This morning was just a little harder to get out of bed than usual. A couple of mornings I've just laid in bed and read and relaxed a little bit, and I've enjoyed that. I used to do that a lot more, and I haven't had the time to do it because of the morning workouts. And by the time I get back, I'm hitting the ground running. Gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do. And I definitely was overdue for a little vacation, especially since all of my vacations this year got postponed and canceled and whatnot. Between Dragon Con and Europe, I didn't take any of that time off, even though I had original plans to be off to do other stuff. I didn't take any time off at all. So this was a nice little at-home time, and I'm you got to give it to yourself sometime. Just can't let it get ahead of you, and that's where I'm at right now with not letting it win. Just because you're on a vacation, the vacation's about over. I actually head back to work day after tomorrow, so I have 2 more days, basically today and tomorrow, to rest, relax, and recoup. But I'm hoping I'll do my walk in the morning, and I'm hoping I should get up and walk in the morning. Hoping, like I have no say in it whatsoever. This morning, though, I definitely am looking forward to experimenting. I now have all the ingredients I need, so I'm going to try to make those paleo brownies. Now, they're paleo, but it's like on the cusp of paleo, because there are just, some people in some areas could have foraged some of those ingredients 1,000+ years ago, but not here. But it is, at least, very clean, and I am looking forward to seeing how it goes. Now, it'll be an interesting experiment anyway because I don't usually make brownies. I am a cookie baker. I'm not much of a cook in general. When I do get in a baking mood around the holidays, usually it's for double chocolate chip cookies with walnuts. That's my specialty. I always use things like real vanilla, real butter, extra vanilla. I mean, I have a very refined recipe at this point. It's definitely something that people say they enjoy when I make. I have never made brownies before, even standard American diet junky brownies. So this will be interesting, but I will show you the ingredients I got to try to make a very clean brownie. Apparently, I have to watch out not to over mix the batter. That could make them tough or chewier than is good. It's definitely not my norm, and I'm looking forward to seeing if this works out. I did look up a paleo cookie recipe too, but for some reason the brownies are just calling me. It is that time of the month, so apparently I just want some chocolate. Okay, I am going to take a break from the video now, and we're going to go take a look at brownie time. Let me show you what I've got and what I don't have, and we'll see how it goes. Tastes like a raw brownie to me. Waiting, waiting. Paleo brownies, ahoy hoy! Now they need to cool. Then I have to put them in the fridge for a couple of hours. Then I can cut them and try them. I'm back. And I have brownie. And I have to say, I'm pretty happy with it. For my first experiment, particularly with foods I've never even tried before. I've never tried almond flour, although I enjoy almonds. Coconut oil did not make it too coconutty flavored or anything. I enjoy the walnuts in it. All in all, I'd call them a win. I mean, they're probably not the same as a regular standard American diet brownie, but honestly, I don't eat those that often anyway, and they are nice and chocolatey. I'm gonna say win-win. They are still solidifying a little bit. They haven't been in the fridge but a few minutes, just enough to cool off. I cut them a little bit early because I was anxious to try it. I think they'll be real decently chewy and everything by the time they're finished setting up. All in all, yeah, I think it works. It's a nice little change of pace and a little treat, and it's pretty close to being a good clean food paleo dessert. Next, I'm going to have to try and make them cookies, but I still got to find some chocolate chips. Otherwise, I'm going to have to like cut up that candy bar into chunks or something. That's going to be about it for today. Now you, please subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. I'd be curious as to what you think, or have you ever tried anything like this before? And have a beautiful, beautiful day. Talk to you later. But I got some cocoa nibs. I got some cacao powder, or so I should say cacao. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But basically, it's the pre-cocoa version of chocolate. So it's a... And there's a car outside and Gizmo's barking. Pause. Rest, relax, recoup. Okay, I heard you. Come on. Come on. Okay, lay back down. Lay back down. Mama's on the... Hey, quit talking. Come here. Come here. Oh, you're gonna get him. You're gonna get him. Oh, I know. You're gonna get that car. You're gonna get that car. I know. Okay, stop now. Chill. Chill. Lay down. Now, lay down. Thank you, baby. Lay down. Lay and be quiet. Shh. Hush. Hush. Where was I before all that?